Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the official U of A debit card, voted Best Bank Credit Union and Best Debit Card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcat Weekly with head coach Sean Miller. Wildcats are home for a rivalry game against ASU on Thursday night. Before we get to that, Coach, congratulations. Great weekend. Victories over Utah and Colorado. Big weekend for your most experienced player, Kadeem Allen, in particular on Saturday. But talk a little bit about not only his game, but just his leadership of this team right now.
Well, Kadeem's one of the best leaders we've had, Brian. He does it by example. He does it through more what he does than what he says. And I think because of that, the players on our team just have incredible respect for him. And he embodies a lot of qualities as a coach and a coaching staff that you want in a team. And because of who he is on our team, I think a lot of guys have followed his way. And that is to not cheat practice ever, to be on time, to be ready to compete in everything that we do. During games, as you know, he's embraced defense. You know, he wants his identity as a player to be somebody who plays both ends. And again, that has a funny way of spreading through the ranks when you have the oldest player, the guy who has the most to gain, the most to lose. He's not coming back whether he wants to or not. And because of that, I think he has the total command of the team we have right now.
Is it kind of a lesson in patience? Because he's a senior, he's playing his best basketball. And then I want to ask you about Dusan Risitc, another guy that we've watched grow up now over the last 2.5 years to get to where he is now. If not for that patience factor, would he be where he is?
Right. Both guys, you know, they've earned their place in the way they're playing. You know, Kadeem was the National Junior College Player of the Year. You know, his points per game were astronomical in junior college. You know, when we asked him to redshirt, you know, I did that because I thought that he would have a year that he otherwise would never have gotten, which is this year. And from an academic perspective, it would put him in a great position to graduate, and he's going to graduate. He only needs 2 classes. But he just took it, said okay, and then he's worked. And has he been perfect? Of course not. But he's grown. If you compare him to where he was 2 years ago, last year, he's a better player. He's more responsible. He's more ready. Dusan the same. And Dusan in the offseason has outworked the competition. You know, this summer, Brian, he boxed to help his quickness. He did agility in the sand volleyball court. Most of the time early in the morning or in the afternoon in the summer where it's over 100, and to help his agility, his body fat, his weight, his strength and conditioning. You know, all of that, those are things that it sounds good to work on. Very few guys follow through. He has, and because of that, he's put himself in a position to have an outstanding year, and as you know, he's well on his way.
When you are on the go, you need your credit union to be right there with you. Hughes Federal Credit Union makes your life easier, offering tools to organize your finances and keep your payments up to date and you on track for your future. You also want a financial institution you can trust and cares about the things you do. For 60 years, Hughes has called Southern Arizona home and has given back to our community, investing in the causes that make our area a better place to live. Isn't that who you want as your financial partner?
Wildcat Basketball Weekly continues, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your Wildcat spirit with a U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org.
Arizona State comes to town on Thursday night. It's a conference game, big game, but it's a rivalry game. Your players kind of sense that, but is it more the crowd maybe in the rivalry game that is different than how your players approach it?
Well, we want our players to understand that this is a game that means a lot to our fans, to our students. But it also is a Pac-12 game. I would like to think they all mean the same. You know, if we're getting ready to play Washington State at home, you know, you hope that when the weekend ends that you had the opportunity to play really well in both games, to have an incredible crowd at both games where you could potentially leave that weekend 2-0. So this week, the one difference is we only play one game. But it's an important game, and it's important for a lot of reasons, not just because it's a rivalry, but because it's a Pac-12 home game.
Okay. Most dangerous part of Arizona State?
Their three-point shooting. You know, they shoot a lot of threes. They thrive in transition. Sometimes they'll play as many as 4 guards, and in their 5-man, the one that you don't consider a guard is also a capable three-point shooter and more of a small forward than a 5. So being able to defend them off the dribble, get back in transition, and be very, very responsible defending the three-point shot, that's what you have to do when you play ASU. And I think every team that plays them understands that when you're playing someone with that much firepower, they're really good on offense, that you have to be ready to go.
All right, Wildcats and the Sun Devils Thursday night, 7 o'clock at McHale Center. Only game of the week. The Zona Zoo will be back, and we'll see you next time on Wildcat Weekly.
Thank you for watching Wildcat Basketball Weekly, presented by Hughes Federal Credit Union, home of the free U of A Visa debit card. Get yours today at hughesfcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.